Hey everybody. Welcome to me being incredibly unamused. Hey, hi, hello there, and welcome to another AmBaby reaction. And this time we're really going to try to stay in character, but I'm not going to be doing my hair because I just treated my hair and I just don't want to overstress my hair. So there you have it. I have my AC turned off. I might end up having to turn it back on. It's not too bad, but just in case you start hearing background noise, that's because it's my AC. It's hot, or it was. Anyway, this video is 2 days old. I know I'm a little bit behind. We're trying to get caught up. This is June 30th. Today is July the 2nd. So there you go. Happy second half of the year, everyone. Time for your existential crisis. Come along and join me in having mine. So this is Unhinged Doordasher guy. Oh man, we got to talk about this though. Update, a bad Zoloft side effect, and fun family bonding vlog. So we're going to get into this. I do want to talk about the Doordasher guy before we get into character, because I know when I get to this, I'm going to want to ramble, and I'm going to try to stay in character for the most part through this video. And I just want to get the Doordash part out of the way early. For those of you who don't know, I drive Doordash and have since 2020. Yeah. So I've done it for a while now. They just updated the interface on the app and it's fucking annoying as hell. But anyway, that is for my other channel that I don't update on very frequently. But my point is, Amber's full of shit. Okay. The first time she talked about this guy, I know I had a bit of a rant. And I was like, oh my God, if she shows the screenshots. And then she did show the screenshot. But it came to my attention that the screenshot that she shows apparently came off of another website. And I need to hunt it down because that little clip of hers from the very first time she talks about the Doordash guy is, it's suspect. And as long as it stays suspect, I hold my stance of, if she is making this shit up, she is jeopardizing someone's job. However, the whole story is probably completely made up from whole cloth, which means there is no guy. So there isn't somebody that she is jeopardizing the job of, because this person does not exist at all. And the fact that she goes on in this one to further the story, further confirms for me that this is completely made up. I don't know where she got the initial story seed for this. I don't know where she's continuing to pull these screenshots from. I don't believe that this is real. And I think it's stupid and I think it's gross that Amber is making this up for a number of reasons. And this is a really delicate conversation that I need to have with you guys. I think it is gross because there are people who do get harassed and who do get stalked, because that's what this would be. This would be harassment and stalking if this was actually happening. And it is scary. It is terrifying. And women especially are not taken seriously when these kind of things happen to them. And the other problem is very often this shit escalates. And it escalates from stalking and harassment to physical assault and other forms of nastiness towards women and men as well, but it's mostly towards women. I hate to be like that, but again, it does happen to men. It can happen to men. It's even harder when it does happen to men because nobody fucking believes them. And it's just like, which is why this just gets even grosser when you have somebody sitting here making this shit up. Right? Because it negatively affects everybody. You have somebody over here crying wolf And then you have somebody who actually has something like this happen to them. They actually do have somebody coming to their house and harassing them and following them around and asking them if they're married. And it escalates to some kind of physical assault. And they try to go to the cops over it. And the cops don't believe them. Or the cops are basically like, well, you asked for it because you kept ordering Doordash. I mean, no, that's not how this shit works. But I mean, anyway. Anyway. And then you have Amber, who thinks it's cute and who thinks it's an ego boost and who needs content. So she's making up a fucking story and she's making up random guy. And if you notice, the guy that she's made up is not a native English speaker, right? It couldn't just be, it's got to be somebody who she pictures as being other, not a white guy, right? None of these guys that hit on her, if you've noticed, have been white guys, except for Dylan Dawson. Who was the guy on the phone that she had the phone smegs with? Anyway, all of these unknown men that she has hit on her who want to come home and make her dinner and all that stuff. Have you guys ever noticed that they're all like non-white guys? Has that hit anybody? Anyway, I've noticed. But that's kind of my point. And it's gross. And I'm sorry if I'm offending a few people, but this is gross. This is taking the stories of real people, real victims. She's taking people's stories. She's twisting them so she can have content, so that she can be the attention for a little while. I don't know what her end game here is. It's fucking gross. All right. All of that aside, let us for a moment have a thought experiment. Let us for a moment believe that this is actually really happening. All right. If this is truly happening to her, then yes, she should be notifying Doordash. And yes, Doordash will take action in this situation. They will fire him effectively. They will deactivate his account and he will be fired. Does he know where she lives? Yes, probably, because according to her, he's delivered like 3 times to her house now. So is the potential for that to escalate there? Yes. So should she probably do what she can and mention this to the police? Probably. Are they going to do anything? I don't know. It really depends on the police force in the area, right? Or she should at least say something to her apartment. I don't know if they have security there, but if she said something to her apartment complex, they would at least be aware that there's a creepy Doordash guy, and he will soon be ex-Doordash guy if she would report him. So these are things that she should do if this was truly happening. And they're pretty much the only things she can do as far as keeping him away from her, right? There's only so much you can do, right? But these are the steps that she could do. And she basically gives us excuses as to why she's not going to do them. Who cares if he loses his job? He's fucking stalking you. Okay? He's not going to stop, whether he has a job or not. Okay? So, win or lose, what does it matter? So anyway, it's just, so if this really is happening to her, she should really be taking the situation a whole lot more serious than she is. But if it really is happening, I hope it doesn't escalate. And I hope she is able to get something done about it. All right? And that's where I'm going to stop pretending like it really is happening, because I don't believe it is. All right? Can you call Doordash and ask them to have a dasher blocked from delivering to you? Yes, or at least you have been able to in the past. I don't know the exact procedure because I have never done it, but I know that it can be done. At least in the past, it has been able to be done. But I know that you have to call support and you have to deal with support and have fun with that. but it can be done. It's as far as I'm aware. These long ass conversations she's having with him after he's dropped off the food, you can't do that. The chat window between you and your delivery driver stays open for just a brief amount of time after the drop off has occurred in case there's something wrong with the delivery. And it's an incredibly brief amount of time. After that, you can't communicate with the driver anymore. You have to call Doordash. And Doordash will help you if there's anything wrong with the delivery, right? And that's it. So these long back and forths she's having with him, unless she has, for some strange reason, given him her number, these are not conversations she's having with the driver. So these are either occurring before he gets to her, because as long as the delivery is active, they can chit-chat back and forth. So unless he's, for some reason, not marking the delivery as complete, which there are penalties for doing that. So if you have a delivery that stays active longer than it should, and I'm not joking, like if you drive to the location where your drop off is and you hang out in that drop off area, the app knows. Okay? They know where you are. If you I'm trying to figure out how to word this. If you drop the food off, clear the delivery, and like you sit in that area, and you've cleared the delivery, right? And you like sit there for 5 minutes because you're trying to like regroup or something, the app knows you're there, and they will question why you're sitting in the delivery area still. So they know where you are. They're tracking how long you're spending in various spots, right? Especially anywhere having to do with the delivery area, like the drop off. Okay? So unless you're in like a retail area, they will ask you why you're there. And your account can get hit. And if you get enough hits, you can get in trouble. So I'm just letting you guys know that the app and Doordash keep an eye on the drivers. Is it perfect? No. But is it this level? I question that. I really do. The other thing is she's like, I've never had the same driver multiple times. I disbelieve that strongly. Like I said, I've been delivering since 2020. I have, because I don't do it full time, I have somewhere around 6,000 to 10,000 deliveries under my belt, somewhere around there. I know it's a huge gap, but there's a whole story around that. The point is, I have delivered to the same locations so many times now, I don't even need the delivery directions. I know how to get there. And some of those locations are residences. Okay? Like, I know where these people are. Does that, I mean, it's probably scary to some of you people, but some of you order DoorDash a lot. Amber orders DoorDash 2 to 3 times a day. There's probably more than one Dasher that knows where she lives. I'm just saying. Okay? There's probably more than one Dasher that knows her name when it pops up. The other thing that she is trying to imply when she tells this story is that this Dasher is somehow selecting her to deliver to her. You can't do that. You don't know the name of the person you're delivering to until you accept the order. And even then, sometimes you don't even know who the customer is until after you get to the store and you let them, the DoorDash app, know that you've arrived at the store. It'll just say customer until you get there. So what happens is, for those of you who don't dash, because I know some of you do, the order will pop up. It'll tell you how much the order is, and it'll give you like a little map telling you from where you're picking up to where you're going to deliver. And so if you're doing per order, it'll give you the total for the order. And I do earn by time. So I have my hourly rate, and it'll tell me the mileage and the estimated time that it'll take. So that's how you make your decision on if you're going to take the order or not. Okay, you don't know, where you're picking it up from, right? So if I'm getting a Chick-fil-A order, I know I have to go to Chick-fil-A, and that's it. I don't know who the customer is, right? I vaguely know where I'm going to be delivering it because I can see it on the map, kind of, and that's it, right? And then I accept it. I drive to the Chick-fil-A, and I don't know who the customer is until I say I've arrived at the Chick-fil-A, and then it will reveal to me who the customer is so that I can go in and say, hey, I'm here to pick up for Bobby Joe. And then Chick-fil-A looks at me like I'm an idiot because Chick-fil-A is like one of the worst places to pick up from. And they're like, oh, you're a Dasher. Oh, we're going to go ignore you for the next 10 minutes. Yeah. And then they let you stand in the corner with the other Dashers for the next 10 minutes or so while they just ignore the fact that you exist. And you can see your order sitting right there behind the counter getting cold while they ignore you over in your corner with the other Dashers. And then eventually one of the managers comes out, yells at them because they're not paying attention to the Dashers. And then somebody eventually comes over to you and like, I'm so sorry. Are you here to pick up an order? And you're like, yes, I told you that 10 minutes ago. And then they'll go over and they'll be like, Darren, pickup order for Darren. And then eventually they get to your order and you can take your order, and it's cold now and also soggy. I don't know why their food's always so soggy. And then you get to put that order in your bag, in your hot bag, and pray to God that there's enough heat left in the food to keep it warm. And then you get to go deliver the food. My point is, I hate picking up from Chick-fil-A. My point is you have no idea who you're picking up for until after you get to the restaurant most of the time. I think there's a handful of times where I've seen the name of the person I'm picking up for after I've accepted it. But you don't know who you're picking up for until you've accepted the order. So there's no way in hell this guy is seeing her name pop up and is like, oh yeah, Amberlynn. Oh. Also, she places orders at like 3 in the fucking morning. There can't be that many drivers in her area at 3 in the morning, because there's probably not that many places open at 3 in the morning. So the driver pool is very small. So again, the chances of her getting a repeat driver late at night is pretty damn high. Because again, it's a very small driving pool. There's probably a very small number of restaurants. She orders from the same places. So the chances of her getting a repeat driver are actually pretty good. So her saying, I've never had a repeat driver, I call bullshit. I just call bullshit. She's been ordering Doordash since she moved to Oklahoma. She's had to have had a repeat driver, okay? She's just had to have. And her claiming that she goes down and meeting the driver every time and then saying, I've never had a repeat driver, only reinforces to me that she doesn't go down there to meet her driver every time, or else she wouldn't have said that. Or she's lying. Putting it out there. Anyway, have I debunked all of the bullshit that she has said so far? The messages don't look right. They don't look right. You can't really communicate with the driver the way she's claiming that she was communicating with the driver after the food delivery has occurred. You can't, as the driver, see who the customer is until after you've accepted the order. And in most situations, you can't see who the customer is until after you've arrived at the restaurant and told the app that you've arrived. So you don't even get to see who the customer is until after you've accepted and arrived at the restaurant. So you have no idea who you're picking up for until you're well into the order, right? So there's no way for him to cherry pick to get to her, right? That's just not possible. What else has she said? Oh, and her going out to meet the drivers to pick up her order. Do I think she does it every now and then? Probably. Maybe. But I don't mean to be a dick. But every super morbidly obese person I've ever delivered to, and I have delivered to many, they don't meet you downstairs. Ever. They're the person that lives on like the very top ass floor of the building that has no fucking stairs, and they're the ones that tell you to bring their food all the way to the door. Okay, They don't meet you downstairs. Not a single one of them. To be frank, nobody ever meets me downstairs. So, like, I get met once every 50 orders, maybe. More than likely, there's a shelf or something downstairs in her apartment complex that she has to go down to pick the food up from. That I would believe, but I don't believe that she's meeting her drivers to get her food handed to her. I just don't believe that. So, what else has she said? I don't know. I will try not to rant too much when we get to that part in the video, because I've done it here, but I just really needed to debunk this shit, because this story, the more she talks, the worse it gets, and the less real it is. Like, I don't even think she remembers in this story what she even ordered when she started telling this stupid story. It was ramen, by the way. She ordered ramen, right? So she can't even remember how the story started in this movie. Yeah, in this video. So she's already lost the plot of her own lie. All right. So 20 minutes of me rambling. Let's go. All right. So, did I already do this? Thank you to everybody who's been supporting this channel. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my members. You guys rock. Thank you to everybody who's going to hit the thumbs up button. And I've got her sped up to 1.5 times. I don't think we're going to miss anything with her going that fast. Push, push, push. I have a cat. I'm going to put on some chapstick. And then we're going to do this. I don't know why I felt the need to defend Doordash. I'm not defending Doordash. I'm defending Dashers. Because, like, the thing is, Doordash, however you feel about Doordash as a company, I don't actually care. But Dashers are people. They're human beings. Some of them are good. Some of them suck. Much like people, right? And I fucking hate when people go after Dashers like they're subhuman or something like that. And that's kind of how I feel about the way she's doing this. Like, I fucking hate it. Okay? Like, tell me that you think the person who delivers your food is beneath you without telling me that you think the person who delivers your food is beneath you. Anyway, this is how I feel about it. Whether that's how she means for it to go or not's irrelevant. I just felt that way, and it pissed me off. So, all right. So, where are we?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Gosh. I know, Mommy was ranting.
All right, let's go.
Oh. Oh, I love you. Mwah. Now you have lipstick on your nose. Can you not claw my lace, please?
Thanks. All right, okay.
Hello. Welcome to a new vlog.
Bye.
So I just
She hates my eardrums.
filmed my weigh-in. So today I'm doing my weigh-in and my What I Ate Today video, and I'm also doing my live stream. And here I am starting my vlog. So it is a little heavy on the content today. So if you guys think I sound weird, it's because I'm pretty sure I have
2 days ago, she did her live stream? Today's Wednesday. Yesterday would have been Tuesday. Wait, 2 days ago? Would have been the 30th? There was no live stream on the 30th.
laryngitis, but laryngitis don't last long. So within a few days, I should be feeling better. I did take a COVID test.
Oh, okay, wait. Never mind. I'm an idiot. It's fine. It's fine.
And came back negative because I was feeling kind of COVID-like, because last time I had COVID, it was similar symptoms, but I have to take another one in 48 hours. But I took that one last night, so I'll probably take my next one tomorrow night. And by the way, I really want to recommend the Total Temptation eyebrow stuff. I genuinely prefer this over the e.l.f. stuff, which I've been using for literally years, like a decade.
I would also recommend getting your eyebrows shaped, but I'm using e.l.f. But I'm not using the same thing that she was using. I'm using that e.l.f. gel brow gel that comes in the little bottle. I like talking about my makeup when she talks about her makeup. Everything I have on my face right now is e.l.f. e.l.f. No, that's not true. I am actually wearing eyeshadow, and it's from ColourPop. I forget where the other one's from. No, I'm not wearing that one. It's the ColourPop. That palette took me for fucking ever to find too, by the way.
But this is way better, and I get it in the
As in find to buy. It was a whole quest.
color 305 soft brown. I'm obsessed. It's easy to apply. Get it, get it, get it. All right.
I don't like it on her. I'm not gonna lie. It's too dark. And I can't tell if she's just putting it on too dark, or maybe I just don't put mine on dark enough. Maybe that's the thing. I am super washed out though, so.
You guys, so we have a massive build update. I've been showing you guys in a few weeks what I have
Yay.
done, so I figured I would give you guys an update. I did this robot, which is not the brand Lego. I don't remember what brand it is.
I don't know, but it is super cute.
See?
And
And then in the back, so you
there was no context for that.
just open that door and put it back in. Cute, right? And then I did Wicked,
Yes.
which is in the brand Lego. This one was super fun to do. And then I did this,
I don't like these. Not that anyone asked.
right? And then
I don't like these from Lego. They have a bunch. They have a bunch of these. I'm not a huge fan. I really don't like that. What is that? That looks like some kind of like cursed doll in which you bind someone's soul and then trap them for the rest of eternity. I don't like these because I don't like those Funko Pop things. And this was just Lego's like Funko Pop moment. And now we're stuck with them forever and ever. I don't know. I don't know why I don't like them either. It's just I don't like it. I don't like it. They have them for everything. They've got all kinds of different ones.
Then I did Wicked, which is in the brand Lego. This one was super fun to do. And then I did this
Yay.
little robot guy. I swear he is from a show or a movie. I just don't know what. And
Is that Wally?
this also is in the brand Lego. And last but not least, I did a full-fledged post office.
Oh my god. I love the Lego City builds. Those shelves that Alex's Shook has. So fucking jealous. I would do that in a heartbeat. Ugh. The theater one that they have. And then there's the detective's office. Oh my god, some of those builds I would just like really honestly I would have those in a heartbeat.
Yeah, like, wow. This one was so fun. The brand is Fun Hole. We have like a cactus
Sorry, I can't. I'm 5. What do you want from me?
back there. We have some horses. So a lot of my builds I do not keep because I do so many. There's just literally no way.
Western
Oh, and by the
Hawk.
way, there's a little bird nest up there. Isn't that so cute? If I had like a whole room
Yeah.
for all my builds, then that would be different. But genuinely, I just don't have enough room for all of them.
I had a friend who had like just a giant ass room that was just nothing but all of his Lego builds, which was actually I'm kind of jealous, not gonna lie.
And then this is what the inside looks like.
It's kind of cool.
So we
I
have
like
some
that.
stairs. So look at that clock back there. So I
I wait, what?
actually give all the ones that I don't keep to my stepbrother.
Different day.
So all the symptoms I was having are completely gone, but this test says to test 48 hours later. So I took another test and it again is negative. So
I'm just glad she didn't show us her taking it. I mean, not that I don't appreciate watching our queen shove things up her nose, but I'm just glad we didn't have to watch it.
I don't think I'm sick anymore. It was just like a week of a weird throat sickness, but I feel a lot better and I don't have COVID, so I think I'm good. All right, guys, we
Yay.
have a Torrid try-on haul. I'm obsessed with this dress. I did haul these dresses in my last vlog, and I was nervous. Yeah, I was saying like, girl, I'm 10 out of 10 on this. Like, I'm obsessed. I was nervous to try on these dresses because for some reason,
Somebody was saying that she was trying to be glitter and lasers in this, but unless she does the horse kick, which I don't know if she does or not, unless she does a horse kick, she is not glitter and lasers.
I'm like, I didn't think they were gonna fit. Like, I even said that in my video, especially these next 3. But look, they fit.
They do actually fit really well.
And they fit good.
I wouldn't wear gingham though. That's just a lot. That's just okay. I'm not trying to be a dick. That's just a lot of that fabric in a large space. So I just maybe not the pattern for you. Just putting it out there. But to celebrate, did you notice? Oop. We match. I figured if I'm not going to do the hair game, I could at least do the matching dress thing.
Like, you guys know me. I kind of like a little tight. I don't know.
It doesn't look tight though. I mean, I'm not going to lie. This dress actually looks like it fits. I know, shocking.
But look how cute. I love it.
I like the cut on her, honestly.
So I do untie these because they're like double tied.
What does that
I don't really care for a double tie.
What does that mean?
So with each of the dresses that I try on, I just do my single tie here because I do prefer that. But thankfully, if I don't like these ties, look how cute that is. Stop.
I don't like this one at all, but I don't like polka dots, so I mean, it's clearly the exact same dress. It's just the fabric. I don't like the fabric.
If I don't like these ties, I can just cut them off. Like, cut up your clothes. No one's stopping you. You're the one wearing it. You're the one who paid for it. Like, wear what you love.
The reason the tie is there is because you need something to give you a waistline of some variety. And unlike glitter and lasers, these dresses are actually meant to have that line directly under your boobs. So the thing is if she doesn't like, I don't know if you can find a belt that will go around you, but if you don't like the little tie, you could find one of those, what are they called, a pencil? Do they call them pencil belts? The real thin ones? You could find one of those and get the same effect, but that's what that tie is supposed to be mimicking.
Cut it up, girl. Like, I've cut things off of clothes before. You can't stop me. But try to guess, what 2 dresses do I end up wearing? And you guys, look, this is actually cute.
I really wanted to like this one.
What
I'm not
2
gonna lie, because I really like that cherry fabric, and it's not because it's on her. I just, now that I'm seeing it, I don't like the way it looks. That's a pity. I really did like that fabric.
Dresses do I end up wearing?
Okay, here's the thing. I was looking at Hot Topic because there was this dress that I was looking at, and Hot Topic has the plus sizes and the normal sizes, right? Straight sizes. Anyway, the point is, what I was noticing on Hot Topic, because I like their Thorn and Fable clothing line. So if you look at their normal, if you look at the straight size stuff, their stuff is super cute, right? And I really liked it, right? So I'm looking at some of that stuff and I'm like, oh, cute. And then they would have the plus size version of it a little bit further down the screen. It doesn't even look like the same fabric. It's the same fabric, but it doesn't even look like the same garment, right? And the only reason I know it's supposed to be the plus size version of whatever the straight size object or piece of clothing was is because the fabric was the same. But like, there was this really cute sweater, and on the straight size person, it actually kind of comes out and then it comes in. It's like a crop sweater. It was super cute. But then on the plus size model, it just looked like they had just dropped like a fucking doily on this person, just like a box doily, and it just looked like shit. And I was like, so what's the point of even sizing these up? They don't even look like the non-plus version of the clothes. It's just the same fabric. The only dress that looked remotely like its non-plus version was, they had some fabric that was like the birth of Venus, and it was this like tiered ruffled dress, and it actually looked like its non-plus styled version. But I'm starting to notice, and I don't know if it's just laziness, but I'm starting to notice that like the plus sized versions of, especially when you get to the super pluses, the plus sized versions of a lot of these straight size clothes don't look anything like the standard size. So I don't know. And I'm sure it's because, like, not to be a dick, Amber doesn't have a waist, right? So how do you get a waistline in this dress? Which makes me wonder, if I found this dress in this pattern and this swinger style dress, you know, swing style dress in a straight size, if I would like it, I guess is where I was going with this. That was a really long way for me to get to that part.
For the last 2 days of this vlog, try to guess, because I do.
And it could also be the black lace.
Actually end up wearing 2 of these dresses because I love this haul. I feel like this haul is so good. I thought these last 3 dresses, like, they were
cut wise, the cut of the dress is fine. I think it looks fine on her.
gonna be too long. I don't care for long dresses. I don't like them. There's like a certain length that I like. Like, this is the longest I'll go. I just feel like this
It's a dress. It's supposed to be long. That's the point of a dress.
is such a perfect haul. I'm obsessed with these dresses. Highly recommend. All right, you guys, so I'm currently getting situated. I'm pretty situated. I'm about to film my Let's Talk video. So, as you guys know, I have been drinking nothing
The cursed video.
but water for almost a month now. I was craving a slushie. I haven't had a slushie in so long. I go through eras where I have like a slushie every single day. I haven't had that era for a few months, but I had to get one. I got a Sonic Blue raspberry slushie with nerds. And what I'm doing is
My friend likes those. I don't understand. Don't the nerds hurt your teeth?
to still get my water in, and you know, I'm not punishing myself by no means, but I feel like it's a smart idea when I take a drink of this. I just have to take a drink of water too. Because
Our clever queen has figured out a way to cancel out sugar by drinking water.
I also haven't been able to use straws for like 15 days now because of my tooth thing, but I'm able to use straws now. So I've been drinking just like this instead, but now I'm able to use straws. This comes with a built-in straw. So I'm double fisting it. Water, slushy, slushy, water. All right, you guys, so I'm in the middle of doing my makeup, and this is like the only time that I have remembered to give you guys the Doordash update. The Doordasher update, if you will. I was on live stream last Tuesday, and people brought up the Doordasher, how he was like flirting with me. I'll show you that screenshot here. I showed you guys in my last vlog.
See, this conversation started at 10:42 p.m. So 10:42, 10:44, 10:51. Here's the thing. This is what the Dash interface looks like, because this is the little Dasher button. This is so you can send them you can either take a picture or you can send a picture from your gallery. For those of you who don't know. I can't see the upper part of this, right? Somebody was saying that this is actually a screenshot from someone else's post online. But where's the rest of the conversation? I guess whoever got the food delivered must have said something here. It's been cut off. And then this person is responding. But that's like 2 minutes in between. And then 5 minutes after that? No. 2 minutes between this one and this one, yeah? No, this isn't making any sense. I'm going to pull up my app. Hang on. I had a conversation with the help desk the other day. Oh, no, there it is. Son of a bitch. Cleared all my messages. That's the other thing. It clears your messages. So, like, I don't have messages anymore. I mean, maybe the people ordering do keep the messages longer, but I don't have messages with my customers anymore. Now, maybe that's because I've updated my app. That could be. Because I updated my app, they've all gone away. That could very well be. I was trying to look at because I had a conversation with the help desk, and I wanted to see how it lined up with the time, but usually the message is down here. But like, either way, it's like a 5-minute gap in between these messages. That's too long. That's too long of a gap between messages. That would have canceled the conversation out. Unless this was occurring while the delivery was active, like while he was bringing the delivery. I mean, shit, I don't even know if this is a guy.
So obviously people in my live stream were like asking me about it. Well, I'm just gonna let you know right now that I have never, since living here, and I've lived here for almost 2 years, I've never had the same Doordasher. And now all of a sudden, here we are getting the same Doordasher. And I even mentioned it in my live stream. I was like, yes, I have an update on the Doordasher. That's just a little sneak peek, a little tea, but I wanted to share it with you guys because this is like an ever-growing story time on my channel, I guess. So he ended up...
She keeps dipping into the area where she goes to tell stories. Again, that doesn't mean she's lying. It just means that she's making things up, which is not the same thing.
Being my Doordasher again.
I know, argue with me if you want. She needs to be more over here if she's going to be lying. But right now she's kind of in like her memory zone.
And like I said, I've never had a repeat Doordasher. Okay.
She has. She either doesn't realize it or she's just an idiot.
So he handed me my food. This was Monday before my live stream. I ordered something. I forget what it was. And
because she's forgotten her story.
He handed me my food. As I was walking back into my apartment, he yelled, "Are you married?" And like, for some reason, like when I get uncomfortable, like I just automatically say yes. Like just so we could move on from the topic. But like, I don't think that he understood me, or
See, this is her othering him.
like he chose to not understand me, or maybe
Again, othering him.
he didn't hear me, because he then messaged me, and I'm gonna share the screenshots here. So he was
So she is claiming that she has picked up the food, and so the delivery should be complete. Now, he may not have cleared the delivery. I'm just trying to figure out how this could happen. He may not have cleared the order on his end, which would leave the order open. Like, we're the ones that keep the order open, right? As long as the order's open, he could text her because the order's active. But again, the app knows where he's at. If he's sitting in the drop zone with an active order for too long, the app will ask you why you're there if you're having problems. It couches it as a safety check-in. Do you feel safe? Are you safe? It literally will ask you that. We've noticed that you've been what does it say? We noticed you haven't moved, or basically it's like, we've noticed you haven't moved in a while. Are you safe? I get that a lot when I deliver to the apartments, because it takes for fucking ever to deliver to an apartment. And I don't clear my order until I get back to my car a lot of times, because it takes for fucking ever. And by the time I get back to my car, I'll get a safety check-in. We've noticed that you're still in the same spot. Are you safe? No, I'm just delivering to an apartment that takes 8 minutes.
just messaging me again, and it's like, the first time it was flattering, and
Was it though? So this supposedly is the second time. He says, "My beautiful, received 5 minutes ago." Well, at least this is all within the same thing. Here's this thing. Please don't leave me on scene. I would like to know why you are on scene. That's not how the app works. That's not how the app works. And I'm sorry, that's just not how the app works.
that's how people meet. You see someone in person and you go up to them or you compliment them, and that's how people met, like in the olden days before technology.
The 90s weren't that long ago. The 2000s weren't that long ago. Just saying. I do kind of miss the days where people actually had to talk to each other in order to date. I guess. I don't know. I don't have to date anymore, but Jesus Christ. Y'all could do with talking to each other face to face.
So it's like, to me, the first time it wasn't creepy. Like, it was flattering. I could still be flattered as a lesbian by a man complimenting me. Just like a gay guy could be flattered by a woman complimenting them, etc., etc. Like, sexuality has nothing to do with it. A compliment is a compliment, and it's like, it's always greatly appreciated. But then when it happens,
Are you married?
the second time, that's when I started realizing, like, okay, that's like a little much.
I think there's a difference between, hey, you look nice. I like your outfit. What are some compliments I've paid random strangers? Your nails are cute. I like your hairstyle. Your shoes are neat. Complimenting something that they're doing or that they're wearing. Because let's face it, if you're wearing clothes that are more than just a suit, or a uniform, you're typically doing it because you like how it looks, right? Everybody likes a compliment on how they look. So that's different than, you're so beautiful. It's crossing a line. That's crossing a line between complimenting and hitting on you. So, I mean, I don't care which team you play for. If you walk up to somebody and you're just like, you're so beautiful, I really feel like you're hitting on that person. There are other ways to compliment someone than you're so beautiful. I just feel like I just feel like beautiful is a loaded word. You can call my cat beautiful, and I don't think you're hitting on my cat. Okay? It's just, I don't know. Am I weird? Maybe I'm weird. I'm old. So there you go. Maybe I'm old and I'm weird.
But you guys won't even believe it. If you remember on Tuesday, when I got the poke bowl, because I filmed my What I Ate Today video, it was him again. For the
Then why didn't you mention it in your video when you were eating the poke bowl? Because I feel like that would be something that you would mention. Like, oh my God, you guys, you remember the guy I was telling you about who delivered my ramen? It's the same guy that delivered my poke bowl.
third time in a row, and I need to repeat for the millionth time, I've never had a repeat DoorDasher. It's just never happened.
She's trying to see. This is what I was saying at the beginning. She's trying to imply that he is somehow cherry picking her as a customer, and the only way he would be doing that is if her deliveries are particularly high value. Which DoorDash has a lot of ways to make your delivery not look that way. That is a completely different rant for a totally different channel. I don't even want to go into it. So we're just not going to go into it. But let us pretend like Amber's a high tipper. And let us pretend that DoorDash put the entire tip on the delivery, which I will tell you right now, they don't. So the first time that your the first time your order goes through to the first set of dashers, it doesn't reflect the entire tip that you put on there. It doesn't mean that we won't get paid the whole tip for what, anyway, like I said, it's stupid and it's going to be really hard to explain. But anyway, the point is, let's say Amber tips $10, which would be an amazing tip, right? That would make her deliveries look really good. And if she was a consistent $10 tipper, then her deliveries would always look really good, right? So that would be why the guy might cherry pick her orders, right? Because her orders would be somewhere around the area of like $15. And if her orders are like $15 for like, I don't know, 3 to 5 miles, most dashers would probably take that because that's a really good order. But I need to get out of my app before I do something stupid. But that would be the only reason why that dasher would be cherry picking for her. It's not her. I mean, it is, but it's not because he's like, ooh, Amberlynn Reed. He's going, ooh, $15 for, like a 20-minute delivery. Like that's pretty good. I mean, I'd take it. So that would be why she'd be getting a repeat driver like that, especially if she's ordering food super late at night. And he's one of a handful of drivers who are active at that time. I don't know when she ordered that poke bowl. I think it was her first meal of the day. But we don't know what time of day it is. That first meal could have been occurring at 3 a.m. That ramen that she got was, as according to her story, that first time she interacted with that guy, it was 2 weeks ago after her live stream, which would have ended at 9:30 to 10:30, 10:30 to 11:30. She's an hour behind us. So 10:30 in the evening, I think that's right. So she would have ordered that ramen bowl somewhere around 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, which is kind of late, right? So, maybe he's a late night dasher. There are some guys that'll dash overnight. You get a lot of bonuses sometimes for that. So on top of her being a good tipper, there might have been peak pay, which will make a dash look even better because DoorDash is now paying you extra to dash, right? So my point is, the only reason her orders would be getting cherry picked would be because of the monetary value of the order. And again, there's no way to see the name of the customer attached to that order, right? And there's no way for her to control for the the exact value of the order. So it's not even something like, I'll make sure that my order is going to be $12.52 every time. You can't control for that. So it's not even like she could send him some kind of like message that it's her. You know, I'm ordering a pizza with what is it? I'm ordering a pizza with anchovies only. You know, it's not something like that. So there's no way for him to be picking her as a customer, is my point. But she's trying to imply that. And anyway, I said I wasn't going to rant, but here we are.
Happened. And I know this because I always go out and I receive my DoorDash like person to person. I always say have a good day. Sometimes they randomly start talking to me. Like whatever it may be. Like recently I complimented this girl. She was wearing the cutest outfit. It was.
I have never started conversations with the people I deliver to who insist on picking up, you know, and never. The extent of my face-to-face hand-it-to-me orders have always been, here's your food, have a nice day. I had one guy, when it was raining, tell me that I could come inside if I wanted to because it was raining, and I told him no because I was fucking creepy, and then I left. I didn't tell him it was creepy, I just told him no, and then I left. But I thought that was fucking creepy. That was probably the longest conversation I've had with a customer. And when I order, the longest conversation I've ever had with one of my delivery drivers is, open the door, it's not locked. That's the longest conversation I've had with a delivery driver. We don't have long, drawn out, in-depth conversations. And the reason for that is a lot of us are driving on an order by order basis. We don't have time to have conversations with you. We're literally losing money by talking to you. It's not that we want to be rude. So most of us are not going to be rude, but we're not here to make friends and have conversations and touch your hand and see how soft your hands are. We don't care. We just want to make sure you got your food, and then we need to leave because we either probably have another order in our car that needs to get delivered, or we want to go pick up another order so that we can deliver it, because that's literal money. Okay? I don't believe you. Anyway. Maybe some of you have had real long conversations with your drivers. I don't know. With your delivery drivers, I don't know. Because I'm sure here and there probably is somebody who desperately needs a friend. Okay? Or somebody's just chatty. It's fine. I mean, I know that person exists somewhere out there, but the average driver probably is not wanting to have a conversation with you. And it's not because they're mean or they're, you know, an introvert or anything like that. It's just, this is their job. They don't have time to talk to you.
It was like a jersey, but it was like a Hello Kitty jersey. And like, it was like these black skinny jeans that had like all these rips in them. She was a little bit older than me, but I was like, okay, the look is vibing. So I was like, oh my God, your outfit's so cute. And she goes, oh my God, you're so cute. It was just like a cute little moment.
And I don't believe this happened for that exact reason. Oh my God, you're so cute. Oh my God, you're so cute.
She was probably in her 40s. So I always have like correspondence with a 40-year-old woman. And I've never had a repeat. I know I keep repeating that, but it's the fact that I had him for the third time in a row. And this is where, to me, the boundaries have been overcrossed. Like the first time it was fine. Second time it was like, okay, maybe he really was trying to shoot his shot like super hardcore. So this time we didn't really say anything to each other. Like I just grabbed my stuff and I like booked it. I was like, bye, you know, really quick. I didn't want to have like any correspondence at all. Like the first time.
Correspondence is written, but go ahead.
There was no correspondence. Second time he just asked if I was married. I said yes. But like we were far away from each other because like I said, I was walking back into the apartment. I don't know if he heard me, etc., etc. This time I said nothing. And he ended up messaging me again. And I'm gonna show that screenshot here. This time, the part where it's like, when are you gonna thank me? It's like, that's weird energy. I mean, to me that felt like sexual. Like when are you?
Okay, you see down here where the little arrows grayed out? They can't send messages anymore. You know how on the other message the arrow was still red? That meant you could still send a message. Right? So now that the arrow's grayed out, they can't message back and forth anymore. So that means that really long drawn out conversation at the very beginning. I wasn't looking. Hang on. I'm sorry, guys. This one just really bugs me. Okay, see in this message here, this is the first message that she was talking about. See how the arrow is red? That means you can still, this is still an active chat. You can still send a message back and forth. So this chat is still active, and this chat's been active for like almost 10 minutes. So that's a really long time for them to be chatting. In my opinion. So I'm just saying the first message, the first timestamp is up here at 10:40. Looks like 10:42, and then the last message here was received around 10:51 p.m. Well, she ordered ramen after the live stream last Tuesday. 8 to 9, 9 to 10. Yeah, that would actually time-wise be right. Huh. Huh? Eh? But anyway, this conversation's been going on for 10 minutes, and it's still active at the time of her taking this screenshot. Okay, this one, she doesn't have the part down here that would show me if it's an active chat or not. But this is a 5-minute long conversation. And there's no time stamp other than the received 5 minutes ago thing. I wish things wouldn't do that. So I don't know. But I do know,
making her uncomfortable, and you were harassing her, so now you can't work for us, Doordash, and etc. This time I said nothing, and he ended up messaging me again, and I'm gonna show that screenshot here. This time, the part where it's like, when are you gonna thank me? It's like, that's weird energy. I mean, to me that felt like sexual. Like, when are you?
he didn't say when are you. He said, when will you be able to thank me? Thank you for what? Delivering my food? That's your job, my dude. But either way, this one down here, you can see that it's grayed out, which means the conversation's no longer active. And I can't see the top. I don't know. There might be more conversation happening. But this little chunk here only lasted for about a minute. But that's kind of my thing. Like, this was received a minute ago. It's already inactive, right? The first conversation was at least 10 minutes old, and it was still active, right? And she's saying all of that happened after the food was delivered. So what? He kept the conversation active for 10 minutes after he gave her the food? So he kept his delivery active for 10 minutes? What, did he have maybe a double stack, maybe? Because how did he manage that without getting penalized? So maybe he had a double stack, but even then, I think you still have, no, because you still have to mark the individual deliveries as done. And it would still clear out the customer. I don't know. He would have had to have left that open for 10 minutes. Jeez. Which would also mean that he had to have stayed in the area, because you can't, I mean, you can, but it'll flag it gets your account flagged if you try to clear a delivery and you're not within the area that you're really freaking close to the spot where you're supposed to have dropped the food off. It'll flag your delivery. And that'll get you in trouble too. There's a lot of ways to get in trouble. So he was sitting there for 10 minutes after he gave her food, texting. And where are her replies? Because she keeps saying we had a correspondence. So anyway, all right, anyhow. I'm sorry, this one's really long.
I don't know. I could be reading into it wrong, but the fact that it's happened 3 times is weird. I don't know if there's a way to request not to have a certain driver anymore.
There used to be.
I don't know if he's doing this to other women or if I'm just the only one, but that's also hard to believe that I would be the only one, because why me? My whole thing
Amberlynn
is if I message DoorDash and I tell them about this, I'm afraid he's going to lose his job.
Yes, he will probably. They will probably deactivate him. Yes. If he really is doing this. And I mean, honestly, time-wise, that first set of messages would line up with being after her live stream a couple streams ago when she said she ordered the ramen. So time-wise, that one actually lines up.
I don't want to be the person that makes someone lose an income. I don't know his life. I don't know.
Okay, let's pretend this is real. He is abusing his job. He shouldn't have this job. It's okay.
Know the story to his life. He could be like really trying to make ends meet, about to be homeless. Like, I don't know
Yeah, and he's abusing his job to hit on women in a very creepy way.
anything. So I would hate to be the person to where DoorDash gets a hold of this and then they're like, oh my God, we can't have this guy work here anymore, so he's not allowed. Like, that also scares me. Because
to be fair, he's probably also doing either Uber Eats or Grubhub or both. So just because DoorDash cans him doesn't mean he has no income. It just means he can't drive for the largest of the delivery companies.
it's like, what if DoorDash is like, this person said you were making her uncomfortable and you were harassing her, so now you can't work for us anymore. I wonder if he gets mad and comes and finds me. It's like,
Here's the thing, as I said at the beginning, he already knows where you live. What's stopping him from stalking you? I mean, what's stopping him from stalking you now? You know, whether he has a job or not, nothing's stopping him from stalking you. He knows where you live. So, job or no job, you're still up shit creek. So, what do you care?
my brain is like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
You call DoorDash and you report him. That's what you do.
So I personally don't know what to do. Like, I am like in a confusing state where it's like, I'm almost afraid to order DoorDash, which could be
Not that afraid. Spoilers.
a good thing because your girl doesn't need to have it as frequently as she does. But at the same time, it's like, what happens if I get him a fourth time and it happens again? And this is just like a
Here's the other thing. She can see who her driver is when she orders. As soon as the order is accepted by a driver, sorry, my lips are dry. As soon as the order is accepted by a driver, both on the website and on the app, it'll tell you who your driver is. It tells you their name. So she would know who the driver was as soon as they accept her order. So all she has to do is remember his name. And also, I think you can go back through your past orders and it will tell you who your driver was on those orders. So if she's forgotten his name, she could go look. And I mean, I know it's a pain in the ass, but if she gets him as a delivery guy again, she can just cancel the order. And it'll cancel him it'll cancel him out because the order will be canceled. And there's no order for him to pick up. So, you know, that's something she could do. And then she could just replace the order again. I mean, I know it's annoying, but if she's serious about not wanting him as her driver and she doesn't want to call DoorDash, then she could just keep an eye on if she gets him or not as a delivery driver. And if she does, just immediately cancel the order. Because that's the way to do it.
repeat thing. Should I just ignore it? Like, I honestly don't know what to do. I am genuinely confused. But that is the
I'm personally of the opinion if a guy makes you uncomfortable, you should never ignore it. But
update on that because people in my live stream are asking about it, and I said, you know what, I'll talk.
But this is also the same woman who thought it was cute when the 20 to 30-year-old man was hitting on the under 18-year-old girl at the Denny's and was making incredibly inappropriate jokes towards her and was like, oh, they're lovebirds. So
About it in a vlog, and they're like, oh my god, yes, do it. So here it is. I'm gonna finish getting ready. I'm going to glow in the dark bingo today, and I'm super freaking excited. It's like my favorite day. Beforehand, me and my mom are gonna go get some lunch together, and I'm really excited to hang out with her. But yeah, so see you soon. All right, you guys, outfit of the day. I do have some boxes I have to take to the dumpster, but I decided to wear this dress. I think it's so stinking cute.
I think that is the best out of the 4 dresses she bought. I think that is the one I like the best.
I'm gonna wear pink hoops. I was going back and forth.
They're all the same cut.
But I'm loving the silver hoops, and I have a pop of pink here. And also I did gems as per usual. I love gems. All right, my mom's gonna try to get a little creature here. Do you know which one you're gonna try to get?
Yeah, the guy holding the green leaf.
So him?
Yeah.
The gray guy?
Doesn't he look like he's free?
Yeah, he looks like you can get him.
Can you tell me where to line it up?
Okay. A little more back. Okay, go over. Back a little bit. He might be heavy. Oh, nice try, mom. Get a mom that feeds you. That's right. And then myself.
I'll fan you. And Steven will
I do it
feed you
better.
grapes. You think you do it better? Let me do it. I'll show you. I'll show you the real deal. Hey, you want to hold this? Does that feel good or what?
Yeah.
I 29. No, but deadass, it's been so hot in here. I think they forgot
Dead ass.
to turn on the TV or something, but
As opposed to living ass. Night of the living ass.
hopefully they turn it on soon. We have matching glow bracelets. It glows.
No, it doesn't. A different day.
All right, guys, we have another outfit of the day. That's just my wax melt thing, sorry. But
Because God forbid you put it on a tripod.
I'm wearing the cherries. I don't like how it like is so, it's just very big. It feels really big.
It fits? You hate how it fits? You and Anna don't understand how clothing fits. It kills me when you guys actually wear stuff that fits and you're like, oh my god, it's so big. No, it fits. That's how clothes that fit work. Fabric flows over the body. It's not meant to look like it's spray painted on you.
In the back, but I'll make do. And I'm wearing white mesh.
Do you actually want people to see your shelf ass? Is that how this works? Are you like Anna and you like your badonka butt and you want people to see it? Is that?
Surprised. Pink purse, pink glasses. I'm actually about to go hang out with my mom and my grandma. We're gonna have just like a girls' day and I'm really excited.
And your black bra?
Okay, so we're stopping to get gas. I'm just gonna take those off. And you guys, I don't know if it's hot where y'all are at, but I'm telling you, it has
It is hot.
been so freaking hot here in Oklahoma. Like, I genuinely cannot. And a lot of people are asking if I've had any side effects with Zoloft, which, random fact, Zoloft causes really bad heat intolerance. And normally I'm like, yeah, okay, summer's hot. Yeah, that sucks. This summer has been by far the worst for me. Like, I cannot handle heat the same at all. Like, even last night at bingo, like, we were all hot, but like, I genuinely was like, oh my god, I'm gonna pass out. And it's because Zoloft causes heat intolerance, so it's like just a million times worse now. And I'm just like, I don't know. So just be careful with like whatever medicine you're on, because some of it can cause like heat strokes and getting overheated, and it's very scary.
God, can you imagine her having heat stroke? Jesus.
So now that it's summertime, just be careful. It's very scary and it can happen like literally out of nowhere.
Oh, me and my mom, my 70-something-year-old mom, we're gonna do face stuff that I've never personally experienced a day in my life. So I do not know what I'm doing. I just randomly bought all these things that girls use to like fix stuff. And
Oh my god.
and then I don't know. These are dangerous. I don't suggest these. You can see everything up close and you're like, oh my god, is that me? And then I got these because I just
Look, man, I'm still not okay with 4K. All right, look, you don't need to see my pores. You just don't.
think we'll look cute with 3 hard-ons. 3 hard-ons.
I am 5. I thought that was funny. I'm not apologizing.
Mom.
You're not going to yell at grandma? She's laughing.
So I have a feeling you're gonna ask. The reason why I'm not doing it is because I've never done a face mask before a day in my life. And I'm
See?
afraid of
We're all like,
I'm afraid of my face like breaking out or getting a rash because I'm sensitive. But
Just do the sheet mask. They're just mostly water anyway.
I'm gonna enjoy being here for you guys.
I actually thought about doing like the sheet mask stuff with you guys, but then I didn't. I decided to be Amber. I think the reason why Amber won't do the sheet masks is because she doesn't like to do embarrassing things, and I think she views this as something that's embarrassing. She's like the exact opposite of Anna, where Anna will do literally anything to have attention on her. Amber doesn't like to have like sideshow-esque attention on her. So I don't think she wants to do the mask because she views it as like like that sideshow kind of attention, because when you're wearing a sheet mask, you look like you're wearing the skin of your enemies. I mean, you look like what is it, Michael Myers, you look like a serial killer. There's just no two ways about it. And God help you if you get one of them that has like a print on it or something, because then you just look even weirder, So I think she sees them as like cringy or something, and Amber won't do that kind of stuff. So I think that's why she won't do it. Whereas her mom clearly doesn't have that issue, and apparently her grandmother does not either, because they are both of the age of no fucks. No fucks to give. So, obviously, her mother bought a headband for heart-ons.
And I might wear the heart on. Just for fun. Very cute.
Oh, did I do it wrong? No.
I'm the mirror holder.
No, you did do it wrong. Oh, I did. Look. What'd you do?
Was it supposed to go the other way?
What'd you do? Help me.
Let me read the back of it.
What is that supposed to be off?
This outer part, let me read the instructions.
Well, there's one strip that you take off.
Remove the clear film from the back of the strip and apply the smooth side to a wet nose, covering the bridge, tip, and sides. Moisten the top of the strip with water.
Oh, mine didn't have.
What I want to see is when she takes it off. That's when those things suck. But they're so much fun.
To do all that.
I kind of wanted to go get some Biore strips after this, I'm not going to lie.
Okay, you gotta put these on. I finally figured it out.
We did it. We did it.
Show us all the x-rays, and they show us a tooth up here, on her nose. This thing. Yeah. And he's like, oh, you got a tooth up there. It's just chilling. It's no problem. And I'm like, and I'm looking at it going, oh my God, it's a big old tooth. It's like a full-grown tooth. And then Amber's like, and she seemed like she was loaded, but she wasn't. She was just strictly fear. But she's like, oh, yeah, I was there. I had two teeth on one side, one tooth on one side. And I was like, what? And then I thought, gosh, what a terrible mom. I never noticed my daughter had two teeth and one tooth. I never noticed.
I was watching Rachel's reaction to this, and I don't necessarily agree with everything, but I don't necessarily agree with everything Rachel concluded from watching this particular section. However, I do agree with Rachel that Amber left this in because she is subconscious. I think it is subconscious at this point, that she was subconsciously throwing shade at her mom here, because her mom is very mea culpa here. She's very like, I was a bad mom. I didn't notice that your teeth were fucked up. And that's basically what this story and the next story is, basically her mom kind of pointing out that she didn't notice that Amber's teeth were so screwed. And for her mom, this is her kind of admitting that she was a bad mom, because she was. I mean, what do you want? And this part of the story, I think Amber left in because I think Amber thought it was funny, but also Amber loves any moment where she can show her mom essentially apologizing for being a bad mom. Amber likes that moment where her mom's apologizing to her for being a bad mom. The other reason I think that the story about the rotten baby teeth, it gets left in, is because Amber truly thinks that's a moment of like sheer genius on her end. Because Amber's like, imagine being so smart as a 4-year-old that you think to do XYZ. Okay. Amber doesn't hear the whole story that's going on there. Amber hears, oh my God, I was so smart. That's all Amber hears, right? So that's why that story is being left in, because Amber thinks that that's a story about how smart and clever she is. She doesn't hear what the rest of us are hearing, which is your mom let your teeth get so rotten that you had to have your baby teeth removed because your teeth were so rotten. I mean, yeah, your adult teeth hadn't come in yet, but still, it's not normal to have your baby teeth pulled because they're so rotten, right? And they're so rotten that, and your mom was just not around to notice, right? Mentally, apparently, around to notice that your teeth had rotted out, right? And that's what Amber doesn't understand. We're hearing her mom say, I was a terrible mom. I let you get bottle syndrome, baby bottle syndrome, which is essentially your baby has been on the bottle for too long. Amber was 4. And also you've been bottle feeding her super sugary drinks, and even formula can cause this problem because especially back in the day, some formulas had too much sugar in them, right? And if you're not cleaning the teeth, then it builds up and your teeth rot. The same problem you can have today, except babies. People would put Coke and they probably still do. Put soda and Coke and juice and that kind of shit into the baby bottles and would feed the babies baby bottles to keep them quiet at night. I know. It's amazing we survived. But that would cause the bottle syndrome. That's what we're hearing. That's what we hear. We don't hear the, oh my God, I was so smart as a 4-year-old that I was pulling the stuffing out of the toy and putting it behind my teeth. Oh, so that I could suck on my bottle because it hurt. I'm so smart. We didn't hear that part. That's not what we heard. We didn't hear what a genius Amber was at 4 years old. All right. We heard Mama Lynn and Papa Lynn were not paying attention, aka neglectful, to the point where Amber had to have her teeth removed at the age of 4. When your teeth are coming in, right? So Amber doesn't understand. That's why people are always on her about, you shade your mom. You shame your mom. You're always throwing shade at your mom. Because Amber's like, oh my God, I'm so smart. The rest of us are hearing what her mom is saying, which is, I was a bad mom. I mean, yeah, you were. I don't know what, I mean, she's not even asking for forgiveness, honestly, because I know a lot of people maybe think that's what's happening. She's not asking for forgiveness. She is literally saying, I was a bad mom. Yeah, that's a bad mom. That's what drugs will do to you. This is why you just say no. I mean, like, she's not asking for forgiveness. She's just pointing out, I was a shit mom.
Doesn't make you terrible.
Well, it made me feel like that's something I should have known or noticed. That's what so we went to the.
I mean, I don't know about that one. Like, that tooth is, according to everybody, it's like immediately underneath her nose and it never dropped. It never grew in. So what are you going to do? Even if you had noticed, what were you going to do about it? It doesn't even sound like you could reach it with braces to pull it down. So I don't feel like that's a bad mom thing. That's just a fucked up tooth thing.
Carnival, and George bought the biggest stuffed animal you could. Yeah. And we had it hanging above her crib. Uh-huh. And I used to wonder why her bottle, I'd find these little balls of hair. Little balls of hair. Yeah. I'll be darned, Mom. If she didn't have, I didn't know this, but this is my truth. So behind her teeth. Uh-huh.
Rachel did point out that there was a massive edit there between whatever Mama Lynn said there but that's my truth. I would like to know what got cut out, because Amber left everything else in. So I would like to know whatever it was that Mama Lynn had said that she felt the need to say that's my truth to, because it wasn't the part that came immediately before that. That's not what Mama Lynn was saying that's my truth to. It was something else.
They were so rotten. Uh-huh. It's called baby bottle syndrome. Uh-huh. They were so rotten you couldn't tell that she was making her own cap by pulling the fur off the bear and putting it in the holes. Uh-huh. So when she sucked her bottle, it didn't hurt. Oh,
that's smart.
Isn't that weird?
I'm smart even at 4.
See, and that's all Amber hears. That was smart. Look how smart I was. Look how smart I was at 4.
As soon as I noticed, of course I take her to dentist and everything. They're like, well, we're going to have to pull those 2 teeth. I'm like, what? They're like, well, we'll make her some new ones. Mm-hmm. When she came back, Mom, she had 2 big silver teeth, and I bawled. I was like, oh, cool. I didn't like it. I was like, no, fix it. So they took her back and made 2 enamel squares on top of the silver tooth. So it looked like she had teeth that were just lined in silver. Yeah. They handed her to me so like, well, yeah. And I was like, oh my God, she is loaded. I might have been a little jealous. I don't know. Probably. At that time, I'm like, so I was like, they're like, she'll be okay once she can suck on this popsicle.
Look, I know Rachel didn't think that was funny. I kind of do. The caveat there is Mama Lynn did say, at that time, I was kind of jealous because Mama Lynn was in the throes of her addiction at that time. So
I was like, oh, you give her popsicles, she can come right out.
Mom,
well, she likes popsicles.
Still
so
do.
I was like, she'd be like all loaded going. I remember that. God, that was great. That's a crazy. I got popsicles here.
No, but for real, take me out of the equation. And just imagine a 4-year-old girl being smart enough to know, let me take the stuffing out of my bear.
You were making your own.
To put it behind your tooth because it hurts when you're.
And I didn't put it together for a long time. I'd find these.
Just imagine being a 4-year-old girl and being so smart. Amber, that wasn't the point of the story, but okay. I mean, I guess silver lining, or I guess silver tooth lining. Anybody? Anybody? All right, cool.
Little fuzzballs on your bottle, you know,
So
little
crazy.
homemade fuzzball. And I was like, what? Till I caught you plucking.
I love her grandmother for this moment alone. Her mother says, I didn't know what was going on until I caught you plucking. Now listen to her grandmother.
I was like,
You think she said plucking?
Grandma Lynn knows what's up. Grandma Lynn has shaded Amber for eating popsicles. Grandma Lynn has basically called Amber fat. And now Grandma Lynn is shading Amber for plucking, for the stupid plucking thing. Grandma Lynn knows what's up.
that poor baby is taking care of her own teeth because her mama didn't even notice. Like,
Mom.
that is so crazy to me.
But look at
Very
you now.
Smart, very smart.
You were holding my hand when I got my tooth removed.
Yeah, it's like the full circle, man.
I would.
Told you.
Wait, I don't know. Oh, that feels so
Doesn't it feel good?
freaking
It feels so
amazing.
good. It really.
Oh, big Robert. Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh my gosh, I love that movie.
Ooh. You know, that is so cool.
Isn't it?
Wow, you look cute.
Am I cute?
You look like your flesh is melting off. There's nothing you can do about it.
That's the deep dish. No blue.
Look at my grandma's shoes.
When I first got them,
They're blinging in the sun. Oh my gosh. So pretty.
When I first got them, thank you. Got them home, they were just great.
Grandma Lynn sounds like Mama Lynn. They sound identical.
Great. But it has that white thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then in the
Wind filter.
shadow, they're
Wind
just plain
filter.
Okay,
Wind
guys,
filter.
a few things. The lighting in here is bad. I didn't want to bring out my huge, like I have this huge tall lamp in my.
Why didn't you wear, you have this black lace with the daisies. Why didn't you wear the black lace daisies underneath the black daisy dress? Like that writes itself.
Bedroom. I'm gonna have to get one for my living room. It doesn't matter though. It's the same day though, but I came home and I immediately changed my clothes. I
And we are wearing nothing but a bra.
ordered me a medium blue slushie and I was like, yes, because it is so hot outside.
Because when I come home from sweating my balls off, the first thing I think is I need chipped up sugar in the form of ice. That you and Anna, because drinking water and or electrolytes after exerting yourself in the hot, hot sun, that would be ludicrous. God forbid you do anything logical, but whatever.
Long sleeve was not doing it for me. But anyways, I had such an amazing day today, but it is time for the ending of my vlog, which is my oracle reading and then comment of the day where I am choosing the comment with a random comment picker from my last Monday weekly vlog. So let's get into it. So for this week's reading, I just want to choose 2 cards. I'm going to choose one from Life Happens and one from Shine from the Inside.
I got a brand new deck. This is the Seasons of the Witch. This is the Litha Oracle. I think I said that right. Or the Litha? Anyway, the Summer Oracle. And this is by the Lorraine Anderson and Juliet Diaz. And then the illustrations are all by Tiana Lukovic. Yeah. Anyway, they're really pretty. I specifically got them for this exact reason. So they come with a little book. Ooh, I'm very excited about these. There's one for each of the 8 Sabbaths. No, that's not right. Maybe that is right. Either way, there's one for each of the seasons. And look how pretty. Anyway, I figured, excuse me, we will actually do oracle readings for Miss Lynn. I thought it would be fun. And when the seasons change, we'll do the next deck, because I actually got that too. So we are prepared for Lammas when it rolls around. It's not been opened yet, though. We're not going to open it till Lammas. So anyway, Amber's going to pull 2 cards. We're going to pull 2 cards. And I'm going to cut out the shuffling because that's always the least interesting part. I'm just going to take the top cards. I'm not going to do the weird shuffling thing. Sorry. Actually, I'm going to count down and take those cards. But we need 2 cards for Miss Lynn. 5, 6, 7. I always take the 8th card. It's just a thing. Okay, we got our 2 cards. She's only taking 2, so we're only going to do 2 cards. What are we asking? I don't know. What's the actual question? Whatever whatever Amber says it is. But we got a book. We got our cards. Got our cards. I haven't looked at them yet. I don't know why I'm doing that. It's like I played poker or something. Let's go. I don't like this video. I don't hate it as much as the last one.
Oh wow, that one popped up like crazy. So I'm just gonna take this one out and set it there.
For being so blue.
Right, got it. So the first one is Needy. I love this deck.
Needy. All right, the first one was Country Cottage. It's time for the seeker to look within. What haunts you can only be faced by you. Woo. Obviously, everything's going to be reversed because I have this reversed. Let's look that one up. Tell me things. I've never used this deck before. Well, I've never used a deck like this before. All right. Keywords: sustainability, self-sufficient, and independence. Independent Lynn over here. Welcome to spiritual homesteading, the practice of finding independence, self-determination, and sustainability for your soul's well-being. You have pulled this card to encourage you to trust in your own guidance more than you seek advice and help from other people. You know what you need to succeed. You know what's not serving your highest good. You know what you want and you know what you need. What you're lacking is belief in yourself. Making a mistake or getting things wrong is part of the process. I do like the art on that card, by the way. Making a mistake or getting things wrong is part of the process, not the reason to quit or doubt yourself. In a more practical sense, this card appears when you are being a little bit too needy. And should try to be more independent. Ooh, that's actually kind of cool that the little, I know it's serendipitous, but needy. Being too needy. Let's see. It's fine to ask for help or want to experience life with others, but don't take anyone's time or resources for granted. You can wipe your own ass, Amber. You're more capable than you have allowed yourself to believe, and you're fine to continue on this path alone. Huh, that's kind of cool, actually. That pops up like that. All right, let's go.
So much. Like the pictures are just so beautiful to me. And then the second one is
pretty
journal it out, write how you feel, which is
all right. And the next one is sun magic. Don't allow the power of your light to scare you into dimming yourself. Yeah, there you go. That one's pretty, actually. I'll just throw it over there. Didn't want to look at it anyway. They're all kind of like summer themed, sun and summer themed and all that. What was that, 37? No, that's sunbathing. Sun magic, keywords, life, energy, vitality. You are coming into great alignment with your soul, and as a result, you are literally shining brighter than ever before. Nah, that's my lighting, but these are for her. Your energy and vitality are slowly growing, and you may even experience physical outbursts of energy when this card comes into your reading. As a symbol of growth, this card invites you to be noticed. Don't be afraid to let other people experience your energy. This is a positive card for those wishing to be in the public eye, as it means you will be well received, and more than that, people are already looking for you for guidance. Please don't. Who are you people? Stop that. The shadow side of this card is the pressure to be all things for all people. I don't think so. Let's see. Don't be afraid to charge for what your energy and time are worth, aka memberships, which is true whether you are selling something physical, such as a product or service, or in your personal life among your family and friends. Relationships should be give and take. It is not your responsibility to loan your life to other people. They must learn to activate their own light so you can both bask in glory. All right, so okay, so we got stop being needy. Yeah. And we got let your freak flag fly. Or charge for your stuff. So stop being needy, charge for your things. She's got this. Except for the stop being needy part. But she's already charging. She's already charging for her memberships. So I guess maybe this means she's going to keep charging for memberships? Maybe. So maybe we are still going to keep doing memberships? There is some speculation that she's going to stop doing memberships, but maybe not so much. Stop being needy, though. Who are you being needy to, Amber? Anyway, I just thought that was fun. What does it mean? Who knows? Only the world, only the fates know.
Just so
Sorry?
me coded. So that one does have a guidebook, so a little bit of what that one says. Writing down how we feel allows us to take a deeper look at our life from a higher perspective. When we take the time to get intimate with our inner world and we create space to clear our thoughts, focus on our goals, and cultivate clarity about what our thoughts and feelings represent. If you pull this card, it's time to clear out the clutter of your mind and ease your emotions by acknowledging them on paper. Our feelings are the first indicator of what's going on in our inner world. Journaling has loads of evidence that show its effectiveness on reducing stress, boosting overall mood, enhancing your sense of well-being, and has shown to reduce depression and mental health issues. In 2021, I started daily journaling, and I never skipped a day for almost 3.5 years. I journaled every single day. I always have something to say. I always have a lot of thoughts, feelings, etc., but it hasn't been until 2025 where I stopped daily journaling. And now I journal maybe every 4 days. And I think the universe is telling me that I need to start daily journaling again, get those emotions out. You're working so hard on yourself. You're doing great with your Zoloft. And just like continue doing that. Like continue doing the needs in your life. Also do the wants, girl. Like give yourself self-love. Like that's part of the self-love journey is also doing what you want. Self-love, self-care, it's definitely coded in like value.
You are one of the few people who has the luxury of basically doing whatever you want. So, why don't you go be Sal? Why can't you be Sal? I know he had like a disappointing weigh-in this week, I think it was. Maybe it was last week. I saw his little short and he only lost like a pound. And I know he felt a little bad about it. But honestly, dude, you're fucking killing it. I think you're going to be, I mean, like, don't beat yourself up over this one. Anyway, madam. Just, I don't know.
Valuing yourself and giving yourself happiness. And that's with like wants and needs, in my opinion. All right, so it's time for comment of the day. Tiffany Shadley Hall Kinda Girl 7378 said, Pink Sparkles is my absolute favorite. I love her so much. That was so nice to her to send you flowers. I hope things get better. Just keep your head up. Don't listen to anybody. Do what is right for you. Thank you so much, Tiffany. And yes, oh my God, Pink Sparkles is phenomenal. She had no idea that I was gonna show it in the video. I really was like going back and forth. Like, should I? I don't want to seem like I'm bragging, but I genuinely, I love when she mentions me in her videos, like low key. She'll be like, yeah, I'm just watching Amberlynn read. It's fun when that happens when you're sitting there just like watching a friend of yours and like they just throw you in their video. Like it's cute. It's like just a way of like virtually saying hi. It's just a little gift in the vlog. So
yeah, friends of mine who don't vlog or have internet channels, why aren't you putting me in your videos? My random friends who I don't have. Get on that. Go make yourselves some YouTube channels so I can be in your videos. Can you imagine? Your friends just start random YouTube channels just so they can have you in their videos. See, we're real friends now. It's like when YouTube was not YouTube, when Facebook was big, and it was like your relationships weren't official until you like put them on Facebook.
I don't know. I thought it was cool to just like not only thank her privately, just how much I appreciate her and how much I think she's such a great and amazing person, but I also wanted to tell her publicly as well. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this vlog, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday for my live stream. So join if you want to be there, and then
Spoilers.
I'll see you guys on Wednesday for what I ate today and a weigh-in video. Bye.
Also spoilers. So the live didn't happen because something is happening. We don't know what. We didn't get any kind of idea as to what was happening. Also, if you haven't watched Dank Fupa, what are you doing with your life? I need to know. What are you doing with your life? And I have not watched this yet. It is on my to-do list. I just have a lot of things on my to-do list, and not all of them are girl lore related. And frankly, I'm kind of looking forward to those more. Anyway, yeah, we didn't get our live on Tuesday, and I don't think we got our way in today. We might have. It might have gone up while I've been doing these, but we'll find out. So again, there's been a lot of wild speculation as to what caused the great disturbance in the Lynn force. There's no evidence for any of it, so speculate away. My biggest concern is that it might have something to do with the dog. So that's really my only thing. I'm just like, please don't be the dog. Please don't be the dog or the cat. Don't be the animals. Don't be the animals. That's all I care about, honestly. So here we are with that. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you liked the Oracle cards. We'll do these anytime she does cards, just because I think it's funny. Also, they're pretty cards. That's all I've got for you guys. If you have made it this far in the video, go ahead and put a bumblebee. Is there a bee? Like a bumblebee in the comments section? Surely to God there's a bee, right? I say that. Go ahead and put a B or something like a B or the letter B down in the comments section as your emoji. Let me know what you guys think. I know I talked about a lot. I talked about the Doordash guy a lot. I know that the system can be abused. And I know that there are a lot of creepy people out there. And I know that there's creepy drivers. I'm on Reddit. I have seen these things. I am aware that there are creepy drivers. That guy, those look like dash messages. And honestly, the first set has the right timestamps. So, I don't know. But a 10-minute long message after he dropped off the food is weird. So, but that could just make it even creepier, honestly. So, here we are with that. I don't know where I stand on it, honestly. I kind of waffle. I'm kind of waffling. If it is real, she needs to tell Doordash. Period. And she probably needs to do some other things to make sure that he's not her deliverer or driver anymore. And if it's not real, it's fucking gross, and she needs to quit making the story up. So either way, she either needs to quit making the story up or call Doordash and put an end to this, because that's what adults do. Anyhow, but that's all I've got for you guys. Hopefully we are caught up. If she posts her video today, I will try to get reacted to it, and we'll pick up from there. And that's all I've got for you guys as far as Amber is concerned. Next video I see you in will probably be somebody else, probably Anna. I don't know. And we'll go from there. So thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my members. You guys rock. Thank you to everybody who's going to hit the thumbs up button. And from here on out, hopefully we'll be back to members getting videos first. And I just wanted to get caught up. So that's why we're getting a bunch of dumps here. Sorry, guys. But that's all I've got for you guys. I will see everybody in the next one. Bye. This is my outro music. You can't copyright strike me because it's just me singing. This is my outro music. Thank you for watching. See you next time.